Like,
here's a question for you. If Giselle wanted to hook up with you, or like date you, would you do it?
I'd ask Tom's permission first.
Right.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Subscribe to the podcast, you bozos. Stop watching for free. Actually, it's always for free, but just click subscribe so you help us out. Do it now. It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. We are in Denver, Colorado, the Sunshine State. It's called
It is very nice.
There's mountains, sort of.
Yeah, well, they're out there. There's mountains out there.
Yeah.
All right, enough of the fucking dilly-dally. I got something to say. Okay. I got sick on the plane last night. It was...
literally mid-flight. Got on it. He was good. Mid-flight.
Bro, it was like a reverse superhero thing. Like, I felt it start in my head and course through my veins. And I was like, there's no way this is me getting sick because I can feel it going through my whole body. We were over Ohio. I knew where we were. I was like, I bet Sandusky. I was like, I hate this route. I'm going to get sick. And
that's what Ohio does to you. It's just like oozing shit up into the sky.
It was terrible. And I've been sick. I came home last night. We got to the hotel. I took Advil PM. Slept all day. Slept all night. Slept all day.
Side note, inhaled short ribs.
Yeah, but this isn't food poisoning. So.
Okay, just for to paint the full picture, we were served in first class. We were served a burrata ball that was frozen,
which I avoided. I didn't do that.
I ate that. It was cold as shit. It was like eating burrata ice cream, basically, which is fine with me. Shout out burrata gang. Shout out Chief. And then this hunk of short ribs that it was fire. It was good, but anytime you inhale a airline meal in under 90 seconds to the point that the stewardess comes back and says, "You guys are already done with that?"
It was they were coming. They were about to start the drink service, and our plates were clean. And she's like, "Wait, are you done?" We're like, "Yeah, we're done."
The judgment. I didn't have my company pay for a first class ticket to be judged on your plane, madam.
I got her back later. I farted in her face.
Somebody was farting on that plane, and I'm pretty sure it was you.
No, I didn't fart in her face. I farted, then she put her face in my
Well,
phone.
that's her fault then.
Remember when she bent down to get the water bottles? I was like, no, I'll get it. I had just farted.
Dude, John lit up that cabin a couple times because one time I smelled it, and I was like, I've smelled this brand before. And then another time... it was when someone else had just got out of the bathroom, and I was like, oh, maybe that's just a stinky bathroom. You open it up, and it wafts out like a porta potty. And I think it was John again, so congrats. You smell like a porta potty.
It wasn't that many farts, but the farts were noticeable.
There were three.
There were three.
Yeah,
right?
I knew it. There were 3 times where I was like, and just thinking about all that being circulated all the way back to that dumb bitch Jackie who was sitting in the last row. Everybody got a taste of Feidelberg. Yuck. So continue.
So today I was laying low. We got a show tonight. I was just like napping. I was gonna consider working out and sweating it out, but I just don't even have the energy for that. And the whole gang goes to lunch. There's a group text says, "Hey, let's go get lunch here." I was like, "Look, I'm not gonna make it." So I text Kevin on the side, and Kevin actually might even ask. No, I think I texted you. I was like, "Can you grab me a sandwich?" And Kevin says, "Yeah, absolutely." And then he sent me the menu about 20 minutes later. I probably responded to it 20 minutes after that because I was in and out of consciousness, as I said. And I looked at the menu, quite the menu, 17-page menu. Yeah. It was like a Cheesecake Factory type deal.
Yeah, it's a diner type spot.
So yeah. It's huge. And I say to Kevin tells me that there's chili, and he knows I'm a big chili guy. So Kevin says, there's chili on the menu too. And I went, oh, dope. Let me get a French dip sandwich. And you know what? Throw in a chili too. But then, because I'm sick, I noticed chicken soup on the menu. And I went, you know what? Make it a chicken soup instead. And this motherfucker dropped the French dip sandwich and brought me back 2 soups.
I said to him, in addition to or just the soup?
I meant like
just the soup.
Dude, here's this text.
This is on you.
This is not on me. I've texted multiple people being like, I'm not the crazy one here, right? And everyone's like, no, he's a fucking lunatic.
I said
to show up to a hotel. And I want to be clear about something. It was a very nice gesture. This isn't taken away from that.
I said because I literally was like, I don't know if he wants everything. He said, get me a French dip soup and then chicken. And then he said, you know what? Just make it a chicken soup.
I said, actually, you know what? a chicken soup, please.
Okay, and then I
that
said-
would, of course, I would mean switch the fucking soups out.
When a sick person says, you know what, just get soup,
I didn't say-
you think a sick person wants to down
There's
a
no-
fucking fat roast beef sandwich right now? Or he came to his senses and said, you know what, get me chicken soup. And then
There's-
me, being the smart person that I am, thinking, well, a normal person would maybe just want chicken soup. But John is a fucking dumpster garbage disposal, so let me clarify.
No, I wanted
and
a
I
soup
said,
and
in
sandwich for
addition
lunch.
to,
This is
and
it's
you
a
said-
completely normal order.
I said,
No, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read
what
it.
your order is when someone says in addition to or just the soup, and you say the soup, then I'm gonna drop the first half of the order.
I thought it was exceptionally clear. I'm gonna read it for you verbatim. They got chili here if you'd like. I said, sheesh, that's a menu. I'll do a chicken dip, please, if you guys are still there. Might as well rip a chili too. Very quickly. Oh, in the same minute. Actually, you know what? A chicken noodle soup, please. You said in addition or just a soup? I would just a soup, thinking you meant.
No, I mean that's it.
No, thinking you
Case
meant.
closed.
Obviously, I thought you meant like two soups and a sandwich. I meant no, swap the soups.
No.
Swap the soups.
If you had said to me, I want a French dip and a chili, and then you said, no, never mind, a French dip and a chicken soup, then it would be a different story. You went from the sandwich and the soup to saying in a separate text, I want chicken noodle soup, so I clarified, and you said just the soup.
But then you brought two soups. I could see if
I
you.
brought my leftover chili.
Oh, that's why it was cold.
I was trying to also be nice about
Didn't
the
mention
chili.
that.
Well, it was and that's a whole other thing.
If you just
So-
brought just the soup, I would be like, okay, I see I fucked it up.
So
but
that
you
was my
when I took out the
leftover
chili,
because-
I was like, this is a weird looking chicken soup. That's all right, I'll start with a French dip. And then I got in there and I was like, well, that's a normal looking chicken soup. So what the fuck is that?
So let me
he brought
tell you
me a
about the
chili,
chili.
and a chicken soup.
So
he got me a 2-soup lunch. That's crazy town.
We go to the place, and Colorado's in one of the. I was kind of like, what is Colorado food? You know, we're remarkably more in the middle of the country than I realized.
Yeah.
I thought of that as north.
Yeah.
It's pretty middle.
Pretty bad.
And I'm like, the next town down is next state down is Arizona, and I was like, maybe it's like there's like Tex-Mex vibe, or I didn't know what the food is here. And then I see a lot of chili talk. Where, they have bison burgers and they got chili. So I look at their chili menu. They have a cup, a bowl, a pint, a quart, and a gallon.
I saw all those chilies.
The
That's why it
gallon.
overwhelmed me. And I was like, just a chicken soup because I didn't want to. They had different flavors of chili. I was like, it's all too much. Just a chicken noodle soup, please.
So I
And a French dip sandwich.
So I went with the pint with the idea of bringing stuff back, which I then graciously gave to my friend John, who I thought likes chili. So I order a pint of chili. Now,
So I'm just sharing soups with you now.
yeah, pretty much.
Yo,
I'm not the sick one, bro.
Sharing soups, you're an animal.
Well,
you
to be
you
fair-
sharing wet food like a puppy?
No, to be fair, I was putting it onto tortillas.
Okay.
So I wasn't
This is a whole
slopping
thing
into
over
it.
there.
So let me show you, and maybe I'm crazy because we are in a restaurant and we're not just like at home, but like I order a pint of something, I'm kind of expecting like a pint, like
Yeah.
an ice cream pint almost. You know?
I'm expecting one of those clear things.
It was-
just a big ass bowl.
It was just not. I wish I took it was like the flattest plate. It was like those really shallow, wide ass plates. That's like kind of a bowl.
So you're kind of like scooping it. Like you almost got to use like an angle.
Like, what are those plates about in the first place? What are those good for? You can't really serve a soup. You can't even, and maybe
a chili. Maybe it's a chili bowl.
but I don't know. I didn't like that either because I'm like
I
scraping
would think it
the
was gonna come in
bottom.
those clear, taller plastic containers.
So then, yes, or even just like almost like a, like Chinese food does it sometimes. They have the plastic one, or they have like a, I guess it's more what the ice cream's in, that cardboard with the lip on the top,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But it's like, all right, maybe it won't be like that, but it'll be maybe something similar. They give me this wide ass plate, and then when I said I need a chicken noodle soup to go. Not with a fucking French dip sandwich because he didn't say in addition to.
I
And
thought
then
I thought
say
you meant.
to him-
Look, I'm gonna ease back on you, but I think that it was pretty clear. You switched the soups.
It wasn't.
I thought you meant
I flat out said
I thought you meant
in
do
addition.
you want French dip,
And you didn't
chili,
say
and
in
chicken
addition.
noodle soup?
That's all it was. I just said flat out, do you want it in addition? And you said no, so I got you the soup.
Because my order was at the time was French dip and chili, so I didn't want it in addition to that. I wanted it instead of the chili.
I thought you wanted soup instead of the whole
This
fucking
is why you
thing.
don't text. This is why you call people.
And I think the soup of the day was chicken noodle. So in my mind, this sick person sees, wait a minute, actually, soup of the day is chicken noodle. That's good when you're sick. And I still clarified by asking in addition to.
But in addition to the order at the time was a French dip and a chili. So no, I didn't want it in addition to that.
Then you didn't.
I wanted just the soup switch.
You didn't say that. You didn't say like swap out the soup for the chili.
I thought
you
it was
just
implied.
said, you know what?
Who's on what side here? This is important.
I'm on Kevin's.
My man, Jackie.
I just think that you guys should both.
Jackie, what's your answer?
I'm on Kevin.
Yeah,
Fuck outta
Colleen.
here.
I would say I would have gotten both solely because we're like on a trip, and I feel like might as well just get the sandwich as well.
Colin's smart. That makes sense.
That's not really an answer though,
Yeah,
based on the
yeah,
situation.
yeah.
That's like just get him a bunch of shit.
Pabs.
Sweet.
John's.
Yeah, you fucking liar. You're just doing that for the fucking podcast. Fuck you. Fuck
2-2,
you.
baby. This will have to be decided tonight.
That's bullshit.
Both grown men, and you guys should just.
I think Jackie should shut the fuck up. How
Wait,
about
no,
that?
please continue. Get a microphone, continue. What are you saying about us grown men?
I just think
Which, by the way, as someone who's been with us for 2 years, I don't know.
Pump the brakes.
Yeah.
I just think you guys have been arguing about soup for 15 minutes.
I said it was going to be the whole show, so we have fucking
hour
we got
and a
an hour left.
How about this move, though? An egregious move in its own right. I said, can we get that chicken soup to go? And also...
That was piping hot. I should have known something was up when the chili was freezing cold. I got into that, and I was like, no, I think I'm done with the chili.
I should have said that, that it was leftovers. I asked, can I get this to go? And he said, do you want it in a bowl? I was kind of like, first of all, I was like, that's probably how it should have been served in the first place, sir. But yes. And I come out, and he just hands me the plastic bowl.
like walk home with that?
No. Like it's empty. It gives me the empty
Oh,
bowl.
so you got to dump it in yourself.
And
at the table?
First of all,
Go to the bathroom, do it over the toilet?
We're in a diner, so I can't be nitpicky here. I think that pretty much no matter what an eating establishment should probably put your leftovers in the bowl.
They
for
do
you.
that a lot now. I think that was a COVID thing.
Was
they just
it?
bring your boxes out for you.
Okay.
And then...
That fine.
And then much like COVID stuff, they don't just change anymore.
Right, they're just like, we're never doing this again.
Yeah.
COVID plus diner, I'm not exactly, asking for the moon here, or I shouldn't expect the moon. But when it's this plate thing, there's no way to pour it.
Yeah.
So Nick goes, give it to me. And I'm thinking, like, Nick's been in, he was one that, he tells about when he was the cook at that thing.
He was
and
the cook who
he became
didn't show
like
up
the
on
head
time and
chef.
still couldn't get fired.
Yeah. So he puts the plate there. And he just rips it, and he probably got, I would say, 90% of it in the thing. So
Worked.
it was a good job, but it was very funny that he was like, give it to me, and I thought he was gonna like create. Colleen goes, use the tortillas as a funnel, and I'm thinking he has some idea of how to do it. He just was like, I'll do it. Whack! And just flips this plate of chili.
I mean, that's how they would have done it in the back, just
Yeah.
over a sink. I was like,
Right,
you're
I
going to
just
save
have a
us
sink.
5 minutes here.
So what? You want a fucking French dip sandwich now?
Yeah, I love a French dip sandwich. That'd be fantastic.
I wish you had it in addition to your fucking chicken noodle
This
soup.
is going to be a big point of contention because it is
a situation where I'm right.
It
And the
is.
room agrees.
It's when you talk about the room's 50-50 split.
He's a liar and he knows it. Look, he's a fucking liar. He sat there and was like, what should I say here? John.
But I mean, like, to be clear,
Actually, Kevin, now that you told me to shut the fuck up I'm on
no,
John.
no,
3-1, I win.
No.
Yeah, that's how
Say Kevin was right.
It's politics,
I was
bitch.
going to say, everyone went out voting.
That's just jump side.
Yeah, right. It was right. And that's politics, baby. Flip-flopping, switching aisles.
Dude.
That's great. That's really how it works. I don't know enough about... Let's do politics. You want to talk politics real quick?
Yeah, but before we do that, I just want to say one more thing. My order at the time was a French dip sandwich and a chili, so I didn't want it in addition to.
The next...
I
if the
didn't like
next
in addition
sentence-
to. No, not in addition to.
Did you say to swap?
A whole
said-
new text. He says, you know what? A chicken soup, please.
I said, actually, you
Yeah,
know
it
what?
sounds like
A
a new
chicken
order.
soup. please.
Yes, it's a new order
That
with a new
sounds like a
text.
new order.
Yes.
If you told the waiter that, he'd bring you
Chicken soup.
Chicken soup.
No,
There is no way. If I said to you, there's do you want a French dip sandwich? The side choices are a salad, chili, or soup. And you said to me, I'll take the chili. Oh no, wait, make it a chicken noodle soup. I'd say fine. That would make sense.
Was chili its own text?
I said to him, they have chili. Do you want it? He said, no, I want the roast beef sandwich.
French dip
And you know what? Let's rip a chili anyway. And then the next thing said, you know what? Chicken noodle soup.
I never said no to the sandwich.
when someone says in addition to,
But it wasn't in addition to. I already had my order. It wasn't I didn't want 3 things. I didn't want a 2-soup lunch. That's crazy town.
it's from you, sir. Anything's possible.
I'm not
John
saying it's
ordering
not
lunch.
possible.
Anything's possible. You could have been like, I'm gonna put the chicken noodle soup onto my sandwich and then eat it with the chili like in my ass. Yeah, there's anything possible with you, you dumpster. Fuck, we're gonna be arguing about this for months. I'm gonna get a shirt that says "in addition to."
All right, we're in Denver at the Comedy Works for KFC Radio Live. If you want to go out and see any sort of live entertainment, live comedy, you can get your tickets through Gametime. You want to go see your favorite team, any sort of live sports, you get it through Gametime. They are the #1 app for tickets on the secondary market because they will find you the best tickets at the lowest prices. They have up to the minute, up to the second pricing for any sort of live event, whether it is music, comedy, sports, whatever it may be. So you can get tickets to get in the building for front row tickets for like $2 at the last second because someone just needs to get rid of them. You can find the best prices and the best tickets all right now on the Gametime app. We use it to go to baseball games. We've gone to concerts. We've all done. Everybody at the KFC Radio team has used Gametime multiple times now to get in the building for our favorite events. You can download the app right now. Go to the account tab, create an account, use promo code KFC to get $20 off your first ticket purchase. That's Gametime, promo code KFC for $20 off your first purchase.
I also, I don't even know if I have to ask you this question. Did you pack for 40 degrees? Because I didn't.
I packed everything. I tweeted yesterday, like, my packing was like when what's his name, Vidar? I forget his name in Always Sunny, when it's from Patty's Bar, the worst bar in America, like kidnapping people, and then Dennis is packing his bag, and Sweet D catches him, and she's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "What? I'm packing. It makes it look like he went on a trip," and she's like, "You got winter jackets in there and bathing suits. He's going to Cancun to Canada. It doesn't make any sense. It's how you get caught." And that's how I was packing. I was just like taking jackets and bathing suits. Like
I knew, I never check the weather. I don't check for rain, and
dude, if you check the weather, you're a
gay.
sucker. You're an absolute fucking sucker, dude.
I can't
go out,
stand that.
Just go out there and brave the elements.
Did you
like
bring
your
an umbrella?
fucking ancestors did.
And no, I didn't bring an umbrella.
Now, mind you, I'm the same person who had a blog written about him back in the Milton days because I wore a raincoat to the office when it was raining.
And a scarf.
And no, I was in a black raincoat. It's just like it's a standard black waterproof jacket. Like people, I remember talking about it. People were like, were you in like the Gordon's fisherman outfit? And I was like, no, I was in a black waterproof jacket.
Were you
Nope.
deadliest catch? Nope.
Just
a water repellent jacket.
like, one I still own. I can show it to you if I want. It's from Dave's Quality Meats. A very nice jacket. And it was like I walked in there in a tutu.
Well, that was also
Like, what are you wearing, Feidelberg? I'm like, I don't know. I looked out the window.
that was because this was old Milton days, run by old Dave, who dressed like a 90s skater, like grunge kid, until he got rich.
Yeah.
So the idea of like having a raincoat was so foreign.
A rain, like I feel like a raincoat even makes it sound more fancy than it is. Like it sounds like a.
Was it
like a
3/4?
duster. Nope.
Waist. Wow. Because I do remember the Madame Feidelberg picture was you had like a brown coat with like I think like a red scarf and you were wearing glasses.
That's in New York.
Yeah. But I remember that one being one of the big like Madame Feidelberg, Lady Feidelberg.
Madame
pictures.
Feidelberg was before.
And that-
Madame Feidelberg was Millen,
But that was just like stylish. It's a little more stylish.
it was winter. I wore a jacket and a fucking
Or I
scarf.
think it was maybe Burberry, whatever it was. Yeah, but like,
oh, please, I don't wear Burberry.
but
I'm from Long Island.
you're just hocking it up there, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, I had this T-shirt on. I was like, that's not gonna cut it. And then I threw on a fucking corduroy jacket, and I was like, dude, it's almost in the 30s. So I had my mint Moonman zip up on. I'm layering up, looking ridiculous in Denver so far. Yeah, Denver it is. So today we have, as you listen to this, last night will have been our Denver show. Tonight will be our Phoenix show, and then
If you're in Phoenix, come out.
please do. We're gonna bang it out, and it's a big week. We got some anniversary type shit going on old school KFC radio things. Not to mention a couple extras. Plus, we always play all of the stuff that can't make the cut for the podcast, so we relive all those really funny moments.
This is gonna be a really good show, actually.
This will be a great one, yeah.
It's one of those funny things where it's like the show just comes together so easily.
I'm always like, what are we gonna do? We have nothing. We have nothing. We have nothing. And then boom.
Like, oh no, never mind. It's a 3-hour show now.
Yeah, it's always good. Today was a good anniversary of a throwback that we're gonna do, and it's almost 11/11, which is the day that our Whistle Pig whiskey drops. Now, this is just the regular old 6-year piggyback. You get the KFC Radio Fancy Edition. You've got the sticker on it that says 10-year anniversary, and it's not just packed with the regular 6-year
You know what?
Whistle Pig.
Can I get a glass? I actually wasn't gonna drink this week until after Saturday's show.
I mean, that's the problem.
But I'm sick, and
booze will fix you.
This is Grandpa's cold cough medicine.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if
I mean,
under
now
the weather. I mean, give me a really little pour, but just a little something.
You do it. It's so our single barrel is a little bit spicy and a little bit smoky. It's got a little bit of fruit in it, a little bit of nut flavor in it, and it's ours. No one else in the world has ever created a whiskey like this. It's the only barrel in existence. It's out November 11th. You can get it. You can check out your local retailers, although, it's a small...
When's November 11th? Is that tomorrow?
It'll be tomorrow, yeah.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, check out your local liquor stores and whatnot. It is a small batch, so you maybe might have it, depending on your market. But what you can definitely do is get it online at whistlepigwhiskey.com. We'll get that exact. It's changed a couple times.
The link will be in the description. You could sign up right now on the email list, and you'll get notified the moment it goes live.
Cool.
So you can get it before it sells out.
Get that shit.
Whistlepigwhiskey.com.
Whistlepigwhiskey.com. Sign up on the mailing list. They'll let you know when the KFC Radio 10-year anniversary bottle drops. Get it quick. Get it fast. And
By the way, if you're listening to this, they came out with a new Boss Hog.
I saw that.
Wouldn't hate
Looks
one.
Fucking awesome.
Siren Song.
Siren Song.
Yeah.
And it's got like silver and blue, and it's all about the from
Finished in Greek
What's that, from
fig
the
nectar.
Odyssey or the Iliad?
I'm gonna get Siren Song is the Odyssey.
The Odyssey, right? And those
that guy
bitches were
Odysseus.
like, "Come over here," and he
I
was
took
like, "No,
humanity's bitch.
I'm gonna crash my boat if I come over there, right?" Imagine if you want a pussy so bad you crashed a boat into the fucking rocks.
Imagine you wanted pussy
Been
so
there.
bad you looked at fish off the side of the boat and said, "That looks like a chick."
So
God damn, that thing looked half woman. They say that's how mermaids got invented.
right,
Dude's
Guy
got
in the
horny, saw a
fucking-
big fish, and we're like, "Was that a pair of boobs on that thing?"
It was manatees.
There's
Yeah, there
manatees?
you
Was that
go.
what it was? I thought it was
Yeah.
dolphins. But yeah.
Also, if you need any more proof of whistle pig,
that feels.
whiskey.
Look, I'm not a doctor,
Just feeling it
but
warm.
it's like
Yeah.
remember when I was talking about how I felt it from here to here,
Yeah.
how I got sick.
It's pushing it out of your feet now.
It's coming right on my toes, dog.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Say dog
That's science,
again.
man. That's science. You could wear those things, those pads on your feet where it like sucks all the toxins out. You
Yeah.
ever see those?
Yep.
Those are probably
Not
fake,
junk
but
science. No,
this-
that's not junk science. This isn't junk
This
science
is
either.
this is real science.
Yeah, ask your Saint Bernard if this is real or not. He'll tell you.
And if you need any more proof of why to buy Whistle Pig, check out. Let me get it real quick for you if I can find the DM, because
God, that's making me feel good.
let me see. A little television show by the name of Breaking Bad
Ever heard of it?
had Whistle Pig in their show way back in the early days. Let me find the exact one. It's a great scene. It's when Hank is pouring out some whiskey for him, and
I feel like it's right after they killed someone. They they captured someone. Like it's in the DEA office, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it is.
Tuco, right?
Yeah.
Is
Aren't
it
they
Tuco?
celebrating that?
Yeah, maybe.
Yes. In the episode, it's the episode Madrigal in season 5. Hank
Oh, no,
Schrader,
that's supposed to go.
Hank Schrader, and his two fellow agents, Gomez and the other guy, Gomi, drink Whistle Pig from mugs at the office as they discuss how to bring down Gus.
Okay, so
And-
it wasn't a
But
celebration. But
There is what you're thinking of is a different one. That's inferior whiskey, so we won't talk about it. But you can clearly see in the shot the Whistle Pig 10-year, and it's got like the AMC logo all over it.
yeah,
and all that
dude.
shit. It's
That's
fire.
very sick.
And that's early. Like season 5 is late Breaking Bad, but Breaking Bad's an old show
was
now.
gonna say, that's what?
So that was like in the infancy of.
it's probably over a decade ago.
And I think Whistle Pig's only been around like 11 years, right?
Wasn't
Wasn't it like early 2010s?
I don't know the answer.
But that's fucking clout right there. That's like proof of social.
And the reason you said eats in it is because Vince Gilligan's a whiskey connoisseur, and so he sprinkled good whiskeys throughout the show.
There's
and
like
that's why
there's like 5 or 6 of the ones that Vince really liked that he included in the show.
Vince Gilligan drinks this shit, dog.
Yeah, and Vince likes it and puts
Why
it
am I
in
so
his-
Tom Jackson, dude?
Dog, yo,
Dude, I say dog
Feidelberg,
all
can we
the
get a
time
dog
now.
counter? Can we maybe go back and look at the recent episodes and the vlogs and whatnot? Feidelberg dog counter. It's
Bro,
at
I
least
say
a dozen
dog
a day.
all the time. I don't know how it happens.
I like it.
Like, I
it
don't-
makes me feel like I'm in 7th grade again.
It's not like I've been
What
like
up,
hanging out
dog?
with someone who says dog. I hang out with the same 3 people. I only have been watching a show where people say dog.
Dog.
I don't know where
Maybe-
I picked up dog.
What's up, dog? Dog. I'm trying to think who says dog. Dog.
It's me. I say
It's
dog.
you.
I was gonna say Jackie has been trying to bring it back.
Jackie's been saying
You've been
dog?
saying dog?
You got it from me.
I
I
it
don't know
seems like
where
I may
got it
have.
From, but I,
When did you start this
I-
bringing
I
dog
kept
back?
saying thanks, dog. I don't know why, because I just like sometimes I just feel awkward, so I just like need to add like something on a thank you. So I'll
Yeah.
be like, thanks, dog.
Thanks,
or
dog.
whatever.
Has
And so
Jackie
I
see, I don't-
accepted you? Like,
I said
I think it's.
thank you.
I refuse to accept that. I think it's going the other
I
way.
actually been thinking this the whole time, but I didn't want to take credit for it. But I was like, I'm 9% sure that. You
when did you start?
I started after surviving Barstool because people kept saying congrats and I like didn't know what to say.
Thanks,
back,
dog.
So I kept saying thanks, dog, to like add.
All right, that's a
another,
while
like,
ago. That's a while ago. It feels like more recent for me, but I didn't. It was subconscious.
This
it wasn't.
feels like 1998 DMX. Like, what's up, dog?
Yeah.
Everybody was dog back then. I love it. Feidelberg becoming a dog guy 20 years late. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't a dog guy in the.
No.
In its infancy.
You were a bro and a dude.
I actually remember when because I thought Bro was lame on the Blackout tour, and it's one of those things I like started saying ironically, and then like I still say it to this day.
Oh no, I mean bro and dude are like filler, you know. It's just.
But there was a time in like around 2010 where Bro was like douchebag, like real lame.
yeah, for sure.
And then like 2010, I started saying,
You know what I really want to do? I think I mentioned this to you before. I want to do. Maybe Pavs, me and you could do this like a standalone little mini documentary paying homage to the phrase "Let's go."
"Oh, I mean, you know who started that?
Oh.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady did not start "Let's go."
He's not. No,
Tom Brady popularized "Let's fucking go" with that gift. But the frat boy, "Let's go." What's up, dog? Let's go.
I can tell you when it started. It was Brady was already doing it, but I'm joking a bit.
Yeah.
But because I didn't see it first. Brady always did his full sprint out, and then like he does the public "Let's go."
See, I think a sports "Let's go" is very different than a party. You know, like good news, man. I was able to like pick up the keg. Let's go,
Dude, I know.
Did you fuck her? Yeah, let's go. Shit like that.
I know who would. I know
Who is
where
it?
I first heard it. I'm not saying this kid invented
but
it.
yeah. But who are you gonna say?
At FSU, 2006. No. I graduated 06. 2008. I would say I give it to my boy Robert Lee.
Who?
My boy Robert Lee.
Who's that?
Just my boy at FSU.
He's just a random dude.
Dude, he's just my boy at FSU, and he like I was like, dude, that's cool as shit, man.
Let's go.
I would hear him yelling it from his
His
room.
name was Robert Lee in the South.
That's tough.
I said Virginia, yeah.
That's I would very much go by my middle initial, or I would be Bob Lee. I'd be like Bob F. Lee.
Throw Robbie in there. Something.
Yes.
You could do
Something.
Robbie Kimosabe.
Nah, dude,
Drop that.
Rob's the man. He is.
Let's go.
Dude, I would hear him like yelling it from his room and shit like that. Like, I'd be like in their living room, like, let's go, man.
That guy, if he's listening, needs to be
I
like.
think he might be.
Like the way Dusty Baker's like, I invented the high five. He should be. I invented Let's go.
I
mean,
thought it was the
it's-
coolest thing. I'd hear him yell all the time.
Let's
like, God.
go.
And then I was like, I'm gonna
I
steal
think
this from him.
at Barstool, the main, like the guy who I would give it to is Roan. Roan is a huge Let's Go guy. It's usually a calm, like Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go, dog. Let's go. But it's one of those things. It's been beaten to death, but I don't mind it.
It is. I've actually tried to stop the cool. It is probably, actually. You know what? We've been talking about doing this forever. Social media.
Yeah.
It's my social media in particular. And it's something I've gotten away from. Because I was like, it's a little over the top now. Just like the
Let's go.
quote tweet LFG or something like that. Or,
Yes,
let's
yes.
go.
Yeah.
Because it's something I said I've made a pseudo-conscious decision to stop. I keep doing it with Liverpool because I think it's funny. But I don't just do like caps locks. Like
It just doesn't add anything. You know?
Right, like what am I adding to the world?
Well,
I'm like,
I'll
I do
do-
positive thing, but I don't do a
No,
caps
but
lock
that's
for
that's
everyone.
that's fine. I do it for like the Mets have signed Max Scherzer. Like, what else are you gonna say other than like this is awesome?
Yeah.
LFG, like let's go. You know.
But
yeah,
it's like
it's pretty
there's
shitty.
so much. I wish there was.
Are
like
you
a thing.
so are you we doing a funeral for it? You putting it?
No.
you putting it to bed?
I'm just saying the caps locks of anything.
Oh,
where you're not really saying
okay.
anything. Where it's
Yes,
like
yes, yes.
touchdown.
Right.
Like, what
So
do you
we
do
don't
with
need to tweet that.
Right.
Yeah,
And like
yeah,
I
yeah.
actually feel like I've gotten some backlash for like not doing that kind of stuff. Like, you even watching the game, dude? Like, yeah. I'm watching the
that's
game.
another thing, man.
I wish you could have a status where like I am watching the game.
Yes.
Like leave me the fuck
Totally.
alone. I'm
But then I'm also like, fuck that. I don't need to explain my fucking day to you.
Right.
Jets fans are the worst right now. If I once like fourth quarter things start heating up, I make a couple comments and it's like, you weren't even watching the fucking game, bro. Then if I do try to tweet it, you're not a real fan. Nobody wants to fucking hear from you, man. I don't know, man. What is it, dude? I've been watching the Jets. What do you want me to tell you? I'm not invested enough like I am with the Mets to tweet about every fucking first down.
Yeah.
The Mets, I'm tweeting about every goddamn pitch.
Right.
The Jets, I'm not doing that. All of a sudden, you're not a real fan. The gatekeeping with them is fucking. They might be the worst in all the land right now. But yeah, those tweets of like let's go or just like I'm watching the game. I want credit.
Yeah,
for
right.
it.
100%. They're like if you're not like having an actual commentary on a play or something like that, like it's and I get it's part of our job and like it probably would behoove me to keep like doing like caps locks like whoa go
At some point,
but
it's
it
like,
is like
yeah.
I don't know, like I do positive thing and then like I don't know like, if there's something in particular to talk about with the goal, I'll talk about
Or
that.
something
Like,
interesting in general,
great
like-
pass or something like I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't need to. What am I adding to the world with that?
And really, when
I'm
you-
not at the game. If I was at the game, I'd be screaming, yelling nonsense. We're going, go!
Yeah,
But I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
there. I'm not adding to the noise. I'm not adding to the atmosphere. There's fucking no need for me to do
But
that.
then sometimes I'm like, our job is this is our like arena. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
this is our we're on the field here almost. You
Right.
know, to kick up the conversation and to garner the reaction and like and sway people or like make them hype them up, get them positive, whatever. So, but then I also think I go back and forth that there's like 30 people watching
Right.
my Twitter feed right now. You know, it's like a fraction of my following, which is already a fraction of the fucking world, happens to be looking at my tweets at the time. So you can't win with social media. I learned
I in
this.
particular can't.
We both learned it this week with the Mitchell Miller situation, which I know we touched upon already, but Isaiah Meyer-Crothers finally came out and spoke himself in a written statement and. Pretty much like if there was room for one more nail in Mitchell Miller's coffin,
Yeah, it's
Put
going to
it
be real tough to come back.
it was even worse than I thought. Like this sounds
There
bad.
wasn't anything in that letter that I found particularly revelatory.
Bro,
I just like,
I'll tell
it's
you
just
what,
that
there was a new word that came into effect.
What's that?
My.
Oh, yeah.
That to me makes it so much even worse.
Well,
Calling him my N-word. Ooh.
no, I think, and I'm going to pull the thing up just to be sure. I think
I'm assuming
I mean,
it's a
look,
hard
look,
R
there's-
and not a like.
there's nothing,
what
there's
up, my
nothing
man?
good in any of this. Like,
No.
I'm not trying to make any argument.
When I
Oh, and also, by the way, I think we've been very fucking like even keeled with this the whole time.
So do I,
If you look
and
at my
that's-
tweets from like early on, like, and then when I didn't have any kind of question at all. I was like, get him off the team. Fucking first tweet. Like, get him
Yeah.
off this fucking
Yeah.
team. But the once the agent went on a podcast and was saying completely conflicting stories, which I know.
Of course, it's his
The
agent.
truth is in the middle,
and he's gonna.
But
Yes.
they're outright lies. Like,
Right.
I
Somebody is blatantly lying.
I expect an agent to bend the truth.
Yeah.
They're outright lies.
Now, so the agent came out and said things to the effect of like,
Oh no, you're right. I had to say I was his N word.
"Yeah, that is
Yeah,
fucking."
I thought he was saying. I thought I misread it and thought he would have to say Mitchell is mine.
Yeah, no, it's like,
Again,
you're my
I'm not making
N-word.
anything sound good.
No.
It's just
But it was and also him being. Oh fuck! Can we pause for like a minute so I can take this FaceTime? This is your chance. If you ever wanted to try out the most comfortable yet stylish clothing in the entire world, hit the site now and shop almost everything at prices of up to 30% off at Mugsy.com. Mugsy.com. We never do sales like this. They're doing this absolutely massive, only one time of the year, 30% off. It's basically their Black Friday sale already happening early. It's the absolute perfect gift for anyone in your life that you still want to show you care about. Just be careful, though, because sometimes you show people that you really care about them, you get them a Mugsy gift, and then they're like, wait a minute. I didn't know that we were in the Mugsy territory. Like, you got me the new Sad Boy jacket. You got me the new Moon Man jacket. I didn't know it was like that, because you get someone a Mugsy gift, they know that you mean business, baby. They got the world's greatest jeans. They've also got flannels, jackets, cashmere, holiday party pants, joggers, literally everything your closet could ever need. 30% off all that stuff. The Moon Man jacket and the Sad Boy jacket are not a part of the 30%, but they are guaranteed to be the hottest item in the store. So pick those up along with everything else that's discounted. Establish yourself as the greatest gift giver in history, or treat yourself by heading over to Mugsy.com for 30% off the entire site of the most comfortable and best looking jeans, pants, and tops the world has ever seen. That's Mugsy.com. No code is needed for 30% off your entire order, with free shipping and free returns if you don't like them. Experience life-changing comfort with Mugsy. So the thing with Mitchell Miller, people are kind of conflating what happened then versus now. No one's debating what happened back then. People are acting like if you speak up about this situation and whether or not he deserves to play, that you're like denying the bullying. Everybody knows it happened. He pled guilty to it. Like, there's no denying that. The question at hand for me, and maybe it wasn't for other people, but my thing the whole time was, this was already a situation where a juvenile court looked at it. A judge said, you don't look remorseful to me, so here's your punishment, X, Y, and Z. And I think that it included an apology and community service and some sort of counseling and therapy. Now, the question then from there, and in a bigger discussion, is like, do you believe in any sort of rehabilitation? Can people change? Because if you get punished and someone in the system gives you the punishment, the sentence, and you do all that, what then? Do you get to go back into life regularly? Do you get to go into life and be a CEO? Probably not. Do you get to be a professional athlete? We've seen a lot of times people do. Do you get to, be a fucking car salesman? Like, I'm sure if he was looking for a regular job, nobody would care. But a professional athlete is a lot of money and a lot of fame. So they call that a privilege. I don't know if I guess it's like a privilege, but you kind of earn it by being like super talented.
I'd say you certainly earned the privilege.
Right. So it's like that's a weird thing to say. It's like, if he applied to an investment bank, and I'm sure an investment bank would be like, we looked at your past, you're out.
Yeah.
But if they said, yes, you're in, would people stop that? Would, what is the level, But more importantly to me is like, if he had changed, and you've seen instances of people who like run community centers or become like politicians or whatever it may be, where it's like, I was once, a fucking gang member or something, and now I educate the children because I saw the error of my ways.
Right.
Some of the most
Wallow.
Wallow's a perfect example. A guy we work with went to jail, did his time, came out, and now it spends his entire life telling people not to be like he was when he was 17 years old or whatever. So some of the best people in the community are sometimes people who went through the fire and were raised poorly and did bad shit and now are better. If he did all that and there was proof of it, and the victim who he abused said, like, yeah, we've talked, and he showed me all the work he's done, and I actually believe he's taking strides in the right direction, then maybe a team could consider signing him. They still have every right to be like, we're not touching it, but maybe they could. And if he didn't, then it's fuck him. And I just kind of wanted to wait until we found out, fuck him. You can say fuck him for 2008 or when he was 14 years old, whatever the fucking, that is like, fuck you. But if you believe in any sort of, I paid the price, I did my time, and now I'd like to try to resume my life, then you got to at least wait till you find out everything. And I guess what's also different, you have to, and this is playing out on social media, where everybody arguing is seeing different things, Yeah. So like, I'm seeing some of people who are claiming to be his classmates. I was in class with both these boys, and here's what I saw. Now, the person I'm arguing with maybe never saw that, And I'm seeing a Snapchat video of Isaiah himself saying some stuff about his mom that you haven't seen. And, so it's kind of like I just wanted to wait after what I heard from the agent and some of his classmates and the fact that I'd never heard from him, before you go.
That's once the agent was like saying, I mean, like, again, stuff once his letter came out. And that's where I think I quote tweeted the podcast that the agent was on. And I was like, has anyone just talked to Isaiah?
Yeah.
And I didn't mean put him on fucking CBS, like the nightly news. I've been like, has anyone just fucking called Isaiah and been like, yo, what's the deal with this?
How do you feel about it?
And people have been quote tweeting that nonstop. And they're like, what do you say? What's your argument? Put a mentally challenged person on this? I'm like, no, I'm not. Has anyone fucking had a conversation with the guy?
Just talk to him. Because he is 20 years old. He does have social media and puts out a lot of his own thoughts in the first place. I think he has some sort of job. If it was someone who was like completely developmentally disabled, I understand you can't say anything. But I think in this case, as we eventually saw through the statement he put out, he is capable of putting out his own thoughts and feelings. And
in that statement, he said Mitchell like harassed him. First of all, it was one of the things too that the agent said that I was like, whoa, okay, if that's real, then hang on.
Yeah.
And it was like Mitchell and Isaiah have been talking for. And by the way, I never want him on the Bruins. That's never been my argument. My argument from day one was like, this team does not need this problem.
Sure.
The Bruins made the same
regardless
argument.
of anything else.
The locker room made the same problem. I'm just I don't know. I'm just interested. The story's a big story. I'm just kind of just trying to figure out get the bottom of it. And the fuck, I forgot what I was saying.
The agent was saying like they've been in contact.
The agent
talking.
was like they've been talking for a full month. It started with social media because we'd heard that he only apologized on Instagram, whatever.
Right.
And then it moved to text, and then it became phone calls, and then they were going to meet up and hang out. But Isaiah's job prevented that, and that's what the agent said. And then Isaiah made in his statement was like, first of all, he said Mitchell has been saying, why does your mom talk so much? And he said, my mom can say whatever she wants, but she doesn't speak for me. I speak for myself.
Which is that I'm asking
literally
for.
what I quote you. Has anyone spoken to Isaiah?
Yeah.
All I meant by that.
Right.
And then later in the letter he goes on to clarify that it was actually borderline harassment what Mitchell was doing.
Right.
Which he would not leave me alone on social media.
Right.
And it's like,
it's like, you've been in contact 30 straight days of people saying, yo, man, I apologize. Why are you doing this to me?
Right.
But and then people say, what? So he has to relive this trauma to like prove the case. And while that is very upsetting, it kind of is like you either don't make this a public spectacle, and like if you don't want to relive it, you can't also bring it to the forefront.
Yeah.
Every single time this guy tries to go do something. If you want to stop him from any sort of career, there's going to be people who are like, well, let's check out this situation. What are the details? And then, unfortunately, going through all the details is like reliving it.
Right.
That's why I had a bunch of tweets where I said, I know for myself, I would not want my mom to do this. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, let that guy go play hockey. I'm going to go live my life because I don't want all this. And they're like, well, he's developmentally disabled. I get all that. I'm just saying, if it was me. So if I ever become developmental, if I'm a vegetable one day, don't do any of this for me.
Uh-huh.
If there's a situation arises, don't do it for me. I don't want it because I don't want to relive it. But when he finally spoke up, a lot of people were like, is this what you needed? And I was kind of like, yeah. I needed to hear from that dude, not from a mom. If we're gonna listen, if we're gonna just decide cases by like whether someone's mom is mad or not.
I didn't need to hear from it, but I thought it was an interesting clarification.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it wasn't going to change my stance on it one way or another, but it's like, oh, okay, here's what I say.
And it's like it's a very damning
clarification.
clarification.
So.
It's like there is no change. This guy is a total scumbag. He's actually worse than I thought before. Fuck him. He doesn't deserve to play hockey or like work at a fucking fast food joint.
Yeah.
Done. So I'm sure there's way too much like nuance in a situation like this to even discuss it.
It's why you can't put it into Twitter. It's like fucking,
you can't do it. Yeah.
But thank God Musk is just ruining it. Oh God.
You know what I liked about Musk?
What?
He tweeted, he was like, Twitter's gonna do a lot of dumb shit over the next couple years. Like we're doing trial and error. We're gonna figure it out. I kind of like that.
I would not want that for my CEO if I had stock in the company.
Yeah, I guess not. But I feel like.
So how about this? This is everyone can have a blue check mark now.
Because this is fake?
Yeah.
So
Well, now there's also white check marks.
right. So like that's
No, they got rid of those already. They were
They
alive.
already got rid of it because Barstool Sports had one earlier.
They were
But they-
gray check marks, and there was
they
an
have
official.
the official thing, right?
Yeah, that's gone already.
So they start their first plan of attack,
Yeah.
and then they completely ended that.
Oh, this app is so close to being dead. I can't wait.
But see, okay, like what you just showed me, like who fucking cares?
Huh?
Like, we thought Josh McDaniels was out. He's not.
Oh,
you know?
I don't care, but it's like it's an issue.
I did like
like
I like
when you're like everyone can just be verified. And it's like, no, I'll just change my name to Adam Schefter.
Kyle Gelling changed his to Stephen Cohen and said like DeGrom is the first priority. And
Right.
He's got like 100 retweets.
and is he gonna does he get banned?
I don't know. It's
Because
still up.
that was the other thing. Elon stood up and was like, if you change your name and you do parody and you don't let it be known it's parody, you're banned.
Yeah, which is also funny. Like the guy who's like, "We're bringing free speech back."
But that's that's where people would say like there's lines in free speech, and I would imagine impersonation is not one of those.
Why impersonation is completely fine? How is impersonation not fine?
I think if you're
Jay Farrow's doing Denzel.
no, I think that's very different than like I'm trying to deceive. I think however you want to, but also like so people are like, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna fix that? He's like, if you do it, you're gone. And then everyone was like, well, what about when we want to change our names for fun? Well, then you can't do that. You were up in arms about keeping the news safe and understandable for everyone. Here's how we're doing it. We have a zero tolerance policy. Well, wait a second, we don't want that. I mean, what do you fucking want? If you have problems with fake accounts, here's how to do it. Don't allow it. Done. End of story.
I think people changing their name is fun.
Who cares?
I mean, the app's supposed to be fun.
That's then you can't complain about it being like I'm so worried about freedom of speech and stuff,
I mean, I joke.
So if you want it,
I'm not too concerned with freedom of speech.
But that's what I mean, like, if
I'm
you-
anti-freedom of speech.
if you want the app to be about news and all that shit, like these people are complaining, then here's how you do it. And then if you don't like that, then you go fuck yourself. It's like, what about when I hear something that's not true? That happens all the time. People were like, what about when we pretend to be you, Elon? And he was like, that happens to me every single day for the last decade. Like, this is nothing new on Twitter. People are they're just bringing up things that happen all the time. That
but
guy,
you don't get kicked off for it.
well, now you will. But
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying
will, yeah.
this is like all of these things that are not. Twitter Blue there's nothing new. That guy, what's his name? The guy who impersonates everybody all the time and tricks them. Bob. But whatever. It's like there's been a million people who pretend to be Adam Schefter every trade deadline. What's the difference?
Blue check mark.
Who cares?
I mean, it makes it a lot
The
more
people
official.
who just like write a blue check mark into their fucking like next to their name. People have been doing this kind of shit forever.
Yeah, without the actual blue check mark.
Right.
It's definitely different.
It's very different, except for the fact that it's the same result. It's like some people are getting duped, and then a second later, it's like it's not real.
Yeah.
That's just not a big deal to me.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Right now, the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Pearl Jam concert at the Apollo is live on the SiriusXM app, along with all sorts of other entertainment. If you're a music fan, you should get the SiriusXM app. If you're a sports fan, get the SiriusXM app. If you're a comedy fan, guess what? SiriusXM app. You like entertainment news? Say it with me. It's the SiriusXM app. And the kicker, when you sign up now, you get it for 3 months for free. We are talking the best comics, the best bands, the best radio hosts. We have politics, debate, talk from both sides of the aisle. We've got people in the entertainment world keeping you up to date with the latest gossip. Everything all available on the SiriusXM app, and you can get it for free when you head over to SiriusXM.com/KFC radio offer. Everybody knows that Barstool used to have the SiriusXM channel. We got down with Sirius for a long time. They put out a great product. It's not just people from Barstool. It's all of our friends, all of the comics, all the podcasts we listen to, and everybody's musical tastes, all on the SiriusXM app right now. So once again, 3 months for free at SiriusXM.com/KFC radio offer. That's SiriusXM.com/KFC radio offer. Details apply.
Eli Manning is just living life, by the way. If you want to see why Tom Brady should have just retired and not gone down this route and had to deal with divorce and like struggling on the field and shit, Eli Manning is the answer, dude.
Drop that last part.
It's coming, bro. Can I get some?
It's coming.
Okay. What are the Bucks winning or still losing? Where are they at?
They're like 4 and 5, I think.
Yeah, you don't. I know, but that's just because their fucking division is so garbage. Eli Manning just being the man, one of the Manning.
They're about Eli Manning's standard record.
What?
The Bucks are about Eli's
right, how he
record.
did it. Being like half of the Manning cast, like star, and then if shit like this is going to be his new.
I saw this. I never watched it. I saw a lot of screenshots of it.
In the studio with Fivio Foreign.
Who's that?
He's like a rapper, a New York rapper. He was on Donda. He did like collabs with Drake. It's like him and Pop Smoke were kind of like the new like Brooklyn, new rappers from New York. bucket hat, like a $1,500 hoodie on, just ripping shots, which was very funny because it was him, another dude, and Fivio, and they're like, "Yo, we're doing shots," and they all like sipped, like they did like half their shot, and he even like showed it.
Like even Eli did?
Yeah.
I thought Eli'd be a fucking Ole Miss gangster.
So did I, right? So he goes, the girl goes, "Did you really drink it?" He goes, "I drunk it." And he
Eli
goes,
said that?
Yeah, he goes, "I drunk it," and then he goes, "I didn't shoot it, but I did little sips." And then Fivio shows his, and there's like a good amount left, and I was like, "This is just a bunch of guys who aren't good at doing shots." But Eli, he has the face. He's like, "Ah," and I love it though because he's in a rap
What are they
studio.
shooting? Is Hennessy?
It was something brown. They
Something
didn't say what it was. But it's funny. He's in a rap
I
studio.
don't know why I threw Hennessy out there. Probably racism.
Wow, it's a good bet if you're in a rap studio. You're probably drinking Hennessy. He goes like, "I did little sips." He goes, "I'm not shooting." And it's just funny, like a corny white guy in a rap studio being like, "I don't shoot. I don't shoot." But the whole look, man, just smiling with that Eli face. I don't know how
What is
that
he?
comes
What is
about.
he? Is he like on the song or something like that? Like,
I don't
what-
know. I think he was
is
just
there
like in
any
the
story
studio.
behind it?
I guess. I mean, this guy's from Brooklyn. Maybe he's just a huge Giants fan, and like, you know, they get
wanna
connected
come
somehow.
hang
Do you
out?
want to come hang out? And Eli's just like, yeah, why not? Like when you're at that point of retirement where it's just like, I don't care. Like, why not do these things? Let's just get the fuck out of the house and like go party with rappers. He's also Could you imagine if there was like Eli Manning scandals? He's one of those guys that I think people would be like rocked to hear.
Like what kind of scandal?
Like a Me Too thing or something like that. If you found out that Eli Manning was like a bad dude. I mean, I know his brother rubbed his nuts on that girl's face,
Yeah.
allegedly.
Yeah,
But
I was gonna say it might run in the blood. No, I don't think that was alleged. I think that's just a proven thing.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's why I wanna get sued.
It was just before.
Before people care.
Yeah, it was.
Doesn't matter.
Wait, I said this the other day, right? With the Corey Dillon one.
Yeah, was that on the podcast?
I forget.
I think it was on an interview. I don't know if it aired yet, though.
Was it, dude? So the other day.
It was with Bobby and Ari, I think, yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
So on the regular podcast, we'll say that we're looking up like other bad Boston athlete signings, and in the wake of the Mitch Miller stuff, and Corey Dillon came up, and we're like, what happened with Corey Dillon? I know he had some domestic shit, and then we Googled it, and Corey Dillon had he got arrested for domestic abuse or violence or whatever it was, and went to court, and instead of doing jail time or whatever it was, he got probation and had to pay $750
$750.
to a charity.
Not $750K. $750.
And one of the people having this conversation with me, their response was, "Damn, you could have done anything pre 9/11. Thanks, Osama."
You really could, man.
And that's kind of what the Peyton Manning thing is.
Yeah.
Pre 9/11 is fine.
Also, he was a kid, man. He was a kid.
Yeah.
Apparently that doesn't work anymore either, though, right? I'm like, Eli Manning, would you rather be Eli or Aaron Rodgers?
Would I rather be Eli or Aaron Rodgers? Oh, I mean, like I'm taking their personality, or I'm just taking their body.
You're living their life.
I'm living their life.
So everyone runs around saying you're the greatest of all time, and you get like praise and everybody.
I think that one finally fell off the cliff. Finally, Max Kellerman's cliff got hit. It was Aaron Rodgers falling off.
Yeah. Or you're Eli, who like everybody knows you have like a 500 record, but you have the two most unbelievable. Oh, thank you. Is this the mineral water from the mountains, bro? When we sat down at the diner, this guy who very clearly spotted Jackie as an Italian girl from New Jersey right away, like immediately knew. So Colleen's wearing the headband. She looks like straight out of Colorado, like just got off the mountain, right? And Jackie's in like a hoodie. Like all she needed was like some cigarettes and like or long nails. Ordering like, can I get some chili here? But the guy spotted her right away as a tourist, and he was like, "Have you had the water out in? Where did he say? Like
Some creek.
Denver? Yeah, like you had the water out in Denver Creek." And we're like, no. And he was like, you gotta have it. Mineral water, it is the best.
Did you get some?
No, I didn't.
Because, I mean, how, we're not talking about a fucking, you gotta have the steak here, man. Oh, have you had their fish? It's
Bro,
fresh from
I'll
the
tell you
dock.
what.
You want that water?
Gotta have that fucking water now, man. Like,
I mean, I actually think mineral water kind of tastes gross.
I wouldn't be able to tell you the difference.
It's got
between
like,
the two.
got a little tinge to it, I feel like. But yeah, man, my point being, Eli Manning's living that life. I remember running into him in Hoboken once, and this was probably...
remember when him and fucking Daniel Jones were at Green Rock?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throwing
He
napkins and
pops
shit.
up every now and then and does shit like that because I think he can party a little more than you think. Even though that shot was disappointing, but I feel like he gets down. This was probably like maybe one Super Bowl in. I don't know about the second one. And he was just like pushing his daughter in a stroller, wearing like dad khaki shorts.
He lives in Hoboken?
Yeah, there's a building at the top, like the end of Hoboken, the north end of Hoboken. That's like super luxury. It's near right next to the stadium and all that shit. So a lot of athletes live there, and he was just like walking on the pier.
I feel like that's like someone. I guess I think there might be a few Bruins who live in Southie, but that's like it's like Brady living in Southie.
That's what I mean. I think it was maybe pre the second one, where at that point you're still a Super Bowl winner, but it was like. Yeah, and I only saw him that one time, but I just feel like he lives that, like, I don't know, man. You know?
Yeah, I mean, being Aaron Rodgers, if I had Aaron
good.
Rodgers, like I would, it would be a nightmare to be inside Aaron Rodgers' head. If I'm bringing my own personality, that's a different story. But being in Aaron Rodgers' head must be absolute fucking hell.
Especially because being on the outside of Aaron Rodgers' head with that hair.
Dude, he did Pat McAfee show. They do Pat McAfee show Tuesdays. By the way, shout out Pat McAfee, kid on the way. Congrats, bro.
Yo, big shout out to him. I mean, enormous shout out to his wife for going through everything that she's had to go through. For Pat though, to like the career that he's been juggling while doing all that at home is wild impressive. When you have a struggle like that at home, to do anything is tough. He's doing fucking WWE and FanDuel and fucking everything under the sun. He is a monster, man. That is a monster couple.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She had like 2 miscarriages.
Oh,
like,
fuck.
She had 2 miscarriages. They did IVF. Like,
oh, shit. I had no idea about that.
She was pretty open about it, so it was like a public struggle. But, you know, that both of them are fucking monsters.
Yeah. But when Rodgers was on the McAfee on Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays, he like the last thing, like the last bastion of like I still have it is like I don't care what the talking heads say, and it's like dude, you threw 3 red zone interceptions or 2. I think.
You don't care what they say
3
because
picks,
they're
2
all-
red zones.
Yeah,
it's like I don't care. I don't pay attention to that stuff. Like, all right.
How old is he?
I think you do. Rodgers?
Yeah.
I would guess late 30s.
Yeah, he probably should have hung him up, you know? I would have made like that one last run where Brady beat him. I would have been like, you know, like
he got like, I mean, his deal is. I think he makes $50 million.
yeah, it's crazy. All right, we got Christina P on the show today. Tom Segura, Christina P from Your Mom's House. Christina was a fucking delight.
She's awesome.
She is awesome. And sometimes when I see like power couples like Tom and her, I'm always curious as to like how they work because, you know, their lives have changed drastically, like from the beginning
Pretty
to the
quickly.
end.
I think she was saying 2015 they were like living in like not a poor house, but like a house that couldn't fit them and their kids.
Right. And then she was like, "Man, we need to move." And Tom was like, "We can move." She tells the story in the interview. But you know, when you jump into like mega stardom, which is in the internet and comedy world, he's the top. You know, he's not like mega stardom in the like a Justin Bieber sense,
Right,
but like
right.
in our realm, he is, you know, top dog right there with like Joe Rogan. And all the money changes and everything changes. Like you would think that your relationship changes too. And you got to have like a rock solid thing going with a guy or a girl to really make it through that transition, because money changes people and fame changes people and travel changes people and all that. And she's like, yeah, no, like I was with him from the very beginning, and like we are like rock solid, and like I've always had his back, he's always had mine. And it just was like, God. And then when you talk to her though, you can really tell why it's like, yeah, she's a down ass bitch.
Yeah.
like behind the scenes at home, they're just sitting on the couch talking. You can tell that it's not the type of woman who it's like, oh my God, you know. It's like they are basically like pals.
Yeah,
you know. She is a funny chick.
She's awesome.
And when she starts to let it rip, it's even better. So Christina P's on the show. We'll do some voicemails in a second. Quick though, we got to do Am I the Asshole? Hey Dude are insanely comfortable, light, easy shoes. It's basically like an epiphany for your feet. We've got a couple pairs back home in the New York studio. They are lightweight. They are comfortable. They are slick, stylish. We saw a couple pairs walking around in Denver today. So in the wild, Hey Dude shoes are everywhere from New York all the way out to Denver. They have texture, materials, and design details that add style to the outfits and the looks that you're pulling off. The one I like has a green, yellow, and blue, kind of like a graffiti look to it on the inside. They make you feel delighted, comfortable, and happy. They're so comfortable, you can feel an overwhelming urge to recommend them to everyone. They're super easy to take on and off, and they make the perfect gift as we roll into holiday season. Visit HeyDudeShoesUSA.com and use code Barstool for 15% off. That's HeyDudeShoesUSA.com, code Barstool for 15% off. Terms and conditions apply. This is a little bit late from the Halloween world. From Halloween. I don't know what I'm trying to say. This is from Halloween. Am I the asshole? 21 female for embarrassing my little brother, 18 male, with my Halloween costume. My brother, 18, me, 21, go to the same university. I play soccer, and my teammates nicknamed me Dump Truck Danny because I've gained a bit of weight in a specific area. I thought the nickname was harmless and funny, and no one on campus really made me feel weird, a.k.a. I got a fat ass, and people like it, and they talk about it, and I like when they talk about it.
Dump Truck Danny.
Dump Truck Danny. For Halloween, I decided to play up the nickname, and I was a dump truck for Halloween and even put oversized load sign on my back. I told my brother what I was going to be, and he said he would never talk to me again if I went through with the costume because it would embarrass him. I didn't think he was serious, and I went through with it. Now he's actually not talking to me, and a lot of my family is saying I shouldn't have worn that costume. I'm honestly not sure if I should apologize or not. Brother, I am sorry that your sister has a fatty, but that's...
So wait, what was your costume? I know she had the Dump Truck Danny on the back.
It said oversized load on her ass.
Right.
Yeah. First of all, going to college with your sister, bad idea. You're 18.
Dude, that must happen so often.
Just because siblings
Like
go to the same
state schools
school.
and shit like
Yeah,
that. Like state
and
schools.
legacy and all that shit, for sure. But, people fuck at college. People party at college. People have big butts at college. People get, rumors go around at college. Non-rumors, like real stories go around at college. Like, you're going to be doing your thing. She's going to be doing her thing. That's, not great. But, like, this is pretty harmless, It
is.
If she wore a fucking costume that was like, I'm Danny the fucking whore and I fuck everybody.
Did that one that goes viral every year, the Come On Eileen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or remember the girl in ASU who just was naked?
No.
This is old school internet 1.0. She just is wearing high heels and a purse. She's just naked, pussy out at a Halloween party.
Really?
The only picture is like her from the back with blonde hair. I think there's maybe one from like the side, but I think it's just like pussy out. It is wild. It's probably like 2010. She does that. We've got a situation. Dump Truck Danny wears a fucking truck costume.
Saying I have a fat ass. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
fat ass. Who cares? Like,
It's weird that you're making it a thing.
yeah.
Like the more you talk about it, the more that means you sit around thinking about how fat your sister's ass is.
brothers who are protective of their sisters, I think are weird. Like it's like one thing. Like obviously, like if your sister is fucking like assaulted or abused or something bad is happening to her, that's one thing. But it's like you can't go out like that. Like you know what people are gonna say? Like who gives a fuck? Let her live her life.
Yeah,
I think that
she's older. Like it's not really your.
As someone with two sisters, like growing up my whole life, people would be like, "Do you are you gonna do something about that?" Like, what? She's talking to a guy. No, I'm not gonna
I
do
think
something.
all of it. People,
I'm not gonna do something
boyfriends,
about
the
that.
same thing.
Like why are you?
People are like, what does your boyfriend have to say about that costume or that picture or what you said on the internet or whatever? Like, I don't fucking know. Like we're both adults and we're allowed to do whatever we want with our
She's
lives.
21 years old. She can talk whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah.
I don't, like, what are you talking about? But then I would get in my own head about it. Like, am I like a bad brother?
Right.
'Cause
Should I be?
Because I'm not a fucking psychotic man who's like, being
Yeah.
like, what are you doing talking to men?
Right. I mean, would I love it? I also, you got to see exactly what. There's a difference between like I put on some weight in my butt area versus like I don't know, you walking around with a fucking donk and this costume is showing it off and everybody's.
If that's
like,
what my sister wanted to do, fucking do it.
Yeah.
And she's what, 21?
Yeah, 21 and he's 18.
I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want, bro. How about you shut your goddamn mouth?
Yeah, for real.
Like, I imagine my sister trying to like, you can't say that on a podcast. I'm like, how about this? Shut up.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah. I'm just saying that wouldn't bother me. I'm saying maybe if the costume is super risque, maybe if it's more than we're not just talking about like she's a little bit bigger in the butt. But that's just for you to be like, oh, this sucks. And that's your friends are gonna clown on you. Your friends are gonna be like, I want to fuck your sister in the ass, and they're gonna say all these things because that's what happens. And you just got to deal with that because that's how it goes, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's just people live their own lives.
Yeah, and like to not talk to her.
I'm never gonna talk to my sister again because she wore a Halloween costume
Yeah.
on Halloween.
That bitch and her butt. If you don't trim down that ass, we can't talk anymore. Okay, weirdo.
Yeah, why are you focusing on your sister ass that much? You're a fucking psychopath, bro.
You're the one making it weird by talking about your sister's ass and whether or not, what she can do with it. Freak. What is this video you got? We've got a video, am I the asshole submission here?
Get paid. I will spend as much money as I want because it's my money and he decided to marry me. And I do everything that he wants. Like, I'll cook and clean and stuff like that. And when he makes money, I'm going to spend it. And that's just what marriage is. Like, you don't have to get married. As soon as we became one, whatever is his is also mine. So I pretty much live my life as I please. And that's just the way it is. Like, I don't know what else to tell you.
So,
I mean,
the thing about this girl, we can
it's
talk.
not. It's not the one we were talking about.
No, that's her. That's her.
Oh, but it's not the same one. It's a new one.
Yes,
Right?
yes,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a new video. So this girl, I don't remember her name or her husband, but I saw these videos where if it's a troll or like for fun, she's very good at it.
Yeah.
Because what she does is, first of all, she exaggerates, but she doesn't go too far. Where you're like, you know what? There are some of these girls out here who think that way.
I mean, I don't think they're wrong.
Well, let me just explain what this girl does before we'll talk about this specific instance. So she'll like also start very real. Like the question's like, how do you and your man like stay faithful when he's like on the road all the time? And she's like, I make sure that at the end of every night, like he calls me and I know that he's back at his hotel. And then part 2 is like, I have the passwords to his social media so I can see what's going on. And by the end of it, she's like, I make them, there's a private jet that no females will be on, that he flies separately. If there's a meeting in a conference room where there are females, he has to go outside of that room and zoom into it. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait a minute. She's this is all a fucking joke. And it makes me think that she's actually probably one of the coolest chicks out there and that she's kind of being funny about it. This instance, though, is one of those topics where it's like,
I mean, I would venture to guess that's 90% of professional athlete wives.
She's not alone,
Right?
you know?
I'm not saying it's wrong. Like,
Yeah.
it's when if I married someone, if I married Giselle, she's on the market again. I'd be like, guess what, babe? I'm spending money. Like,
Here's a question for you: if Giselle wanted to hook up with you, or like date you, would you do it?
I'd ask Tom's permission first.
Right. Tom would have to. If Tom said no, if Tom was like, "Yo, dude, if Tom didn't say no, but if Tom said to you like, boy, this is obviously this kind of sucks, but like, hey, you're both adults, you can do what you do. What would you say?
Dude, I probably would, but I wouldn't. It is
dude, I probably would.
It is like if she approached me, I'd be like a 17th century wife, a woman where I'm like, did you talk to my father?
Have we talked about a dowry here?
Have you asked for my father?
That would be tough. Like if she was like, I want to marry you and I'll give you all my money and everything, and you were like, and Tom Brady said no.
Did you talk to Daddy?
But most
but
people,
yeah, like that's why you fucking get rich is to not work. Like that again, whether she's serious or not in that particular video.
So it's Jawan Johnson, and that's his wife, and they have like a joint TikTok. So like, they're kind of
and they have a lot of more fun with it. But like that is a topic that I do believe is also like a pretty valid discussion. My mom says this shit all the time. She's like, in my experience, I've always done keep your own account, and then you also have a joint account that you both put into. And I think that's a pretty good compromise where you keep your own finances, you have your own paycheck.
How does that work? And then you choose how much you put in every month?
Yeah, there's usually like an agreed upon amount,
Yeah.
and then in this case now I use it to like send money over every month, but like we used to use it as like, let's start saving for the wedding, let's start saving for a house, whatever, and then if there's bonuses, but even that can kind of get dicey where it's like, how much do you want me to put in there, like
I was gonna go to London with the boys.
right. But also I was like free to buy a fucking million pair of sneakers because I had my own account, and they would show up at the door and she'd be like, well, wait a minute, what's going on? But it's like, I have the money to do
I
it.
asked for discreet packaging.
Send them one at a time. I don't know. But A lot of people don't. So my mom is always joking that like me and my brother and everybody handles it that way. And she's like, you guys are fucking crazy. You get married, everybody's money is everybody's money. You have one account. Like your father made the money. I stayed at home. When I made the money, like it all went into the same place. Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
And my he's like, I don't pay any of the bills. I don't deal with any of the bullshit. I just make the money and put it in, and then she does all the shit. So, like, it's cool. We're good. In this
my
case,
dad describes it as I buy, you fly.
Yeah. And I'm sure in this case, like, she's another one. She was very open about her struggles with getting pregnant, so I'm sure she's trying to be, like, a family mom, and she probably, I don't know, does whatever, I don't know, fucking maintains the house and does interior decorating of their, whatever it is.
It is like, I mean, it's just what a homemaker does. Like, that's your job as being a homemaker.
Right.
It is
and
like,
it's like
I mean,
whether
we
it's
used to
a
always
fucking
laugh,
pro
like,
athlete or a regular dude.
We said we used to always laugh when we like my mom took my dad out to dinner for his birthday. Well,
That's actually how this whole thing came up. We were talking about getting gifts for each other. My mom hasn't gotten a gift from my dad in like 100 years because she's like, it's just money coming out of an account that I get nervous about when it's lower. So you're actually making my you're ruining my birthday by me being worried about money now. So fuck that. But yeah, that to me is if you're a pro athlete, you know, and your wife is gonna spend your money.
Yeah,
Was she gonna live like poor?
Yeah.
Because he's the athlete. Like this is not how
like
this shit works.
She's being like overly attitude about it, but it's like, yeah, of course. I mean, this is a Curb episode, which is one of my favorite Curb episodes.
With a pro athlete involved.
No. It's two rich guys, but it's Larry and I don't actually. It's not a very often recurring character, but they go out to dinner, and Larry always picks up the check. And this one time, this guy picks up the check. This guy, you always go into the bathroom when the check comes, that kind of deal. Mm-hmm. Which I never ever considered or thought about. But recently, I just happened to have to go to the bathroom. And I was in the bathroom like, oh my God, fucking hurry up. Like the check might come out. And I think you're trying to fucking snake this. But the Larry thanks the guy. He's like, thank you very much for dinner. And then the wife is like, are you going to thank me too? and Larry was like, no, it's not your money. And she's like, well, we treated you to dinner.
That's
he's
funny
like,
though. I mean, I would say thank you guys to both of you.
Right. Oh, I would too. But
yeah.
it's Larry, dude. And then she's like, and then so he still did. It's one of the older seasons. He's still married to Cheryl, and she's like, so when Cheryl goes out and buys things, like he's like, yeah, she's allowed to do that. It's my money though.
I'm allowing her.
Yeah, he's like, no, she can buy whatever she wants, but it's my money.
The goat. Yeah, absolutely. That's good. All right, let's do our voicemails. What do we got?
All right, before we get to voicemails, quick question: new game, weird or not weird?
Oh boy,
I just went to the bathroom.
I'm going to say weird.
I just went to pee. We are all in the same hotel room. Jackie and Colleen are sitting right by the bathroom. I intentionally aimed at the porcelain instead of the... Definitely weird or definitely not
No,
weird?
definitely do
No,
that.
that's the move.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
You go for the backboard.
I go side.
Side.
Yeah.
All the way to the side?
All
Front
the
side? Side.
Like
Side middle, side front, side back.
left quadrant. Left, no, not quadrant. Yeah, I guess quadrant, right? If you break
I
it,
go right quadrant.
you go right quadrant?
I go left because I go left. But I go backboard.
I'm probably more towards the front. I'm middle.
Pass.
Backboard.
Backboard?
Straight on? Yeah.
Dude, because I don't know. I'm not comfortable with my accuracy for that.
Well,
I think
it
you
also
got- I think you
depends
got
on
more-
how much water how much space you have.
Yeah. That's why I basically went where I had the most room.
Yeah. Because sometimes it's shallow waters and you got a whole field to play with.
Yeah.
Other times we're talking tippy top.
This was
and
a
you're
little
trying to
fucking
kill the Death Star. You got to get in that one.
Yeah,
little,
this one was a little sus.
Little dicey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might have hit a little top a little bit.
I went earlier and I just peed in the tub.
In here?
Yeah,
That'd
be funny.
When you got a cake in a urinal, or you just filling up? Or you just fucking up that cake?
Sometimes there's splashback if there's a little mat and a cake, and I don't like that.
I paint the ceilings.
Yeah, John goes
I go
up and over. Yeah, he wants it to like cascade down.
Yeah,
It's
I make
wacko.
my little piss waterfall.
Totally wacko. I like those places that put like a little tennis ball or a little something where you like dangles.
Yeah.
That's
but
fun.
now they have the fly. I don't like the fly. I'm always like, why is there
a fly in my?
a fly here?
I think I've talked about this at the office. I thought we put a fly in. It was just a fly in the office.
Yeah, it's also such like a criticism of men as a whole. Where like they're like, hey, you can just piss on the wall. And somehow we still miss. Like, we got to give them something to play with. like they're pissing all over the floor. all
Underneath
the
the
time.
urinal at work is the most disgusting floor I've ever seen.
Bro, it's been bleached.
Yeah.
It's like brown now.
Yeah.
It is a fucking nightmare. It is discolored. The floor beneath the urinal is discolored.
Which you
the amount
need-
of piss that just seeps into it.
You need. The problem is the splashback, you know. But then the lower you make it, like those ones that are low on like all the way to the ground, there's so much gravity. By the end, it's like splatter.
Yeah.
But if it's like tight and you're pissing on it, there's like, you know,
Dude, in London, it was just full walls.
you just piss on the wall.
Just pissing on the wall.
That's kind of wild.
Dude, it was
No demarcation between the people.
nothing. Nope.
Everybody just you side.
There was a
off to-
little grate at the bottom, obviously.
Right.
But like nothing in the grate, nothing like ice or whatever, like in the troughs.
In China and Asia, there's just a hole.
There's-
Right? They just got a hole in the ground.
I mean, I don't.
Because they just shit in the hole.
That's-
they just go like this. Imagine just going like this and just shit.
That's what people with the squatty potties.
crazy.
People,
But-
people with squatty
but
potties
the-
who keep them in public, you're fucking.
Dude,
But the
remember
squatty
when
potty,
we had a squatty
you don't
potty
have
at
to
the old
balance.
office?
No.
There was just a squatty potty available to use.
The back bathroom.
Yeah, it was
I'll be
weird.
honest, it does line you up better.
Never used one.
It's a substantial difference.
I'm too
You'll feel
self-conscious
a difference
about
like that.
how people see me. Like, because I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
you
would
need-
never ever have it like just out.
Yeah,
all the time.
it needs to be like you pull it out.
And then,
almost.
but I'm also not fucking pulling shit out. Every time I go to the bathroom, it's an emergency. I don't have time for that.
What do you think about the people with urinal in their home?
I don't care. I mean, I do what makes you happy, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd ever want a urinal in my
I
house.
think it's one of those things that it's like, it's definitively tacky, but I would do it.
Yeah.
I think it's like, yeah, this looks like I'm in the fucking bathroom with like it looks like I'm in a public bathroom in a personal private place. But I think it's the move if you have like a bunch of boys in the house or whatever,
Yeah.
you know. Just it's a lot less. It's still a mess as we can tell, but it's a lot less than a toilet.
It is crazy how inaccurate just the male species is.
wild. All right, voicemails. Let's do it.
What's up, guys? Tonight's Game 1, World Series. So I'm watching 2008 series where the Phillies wanted to get hyped for the game later. And I see Pat Burrell, and I'm reminded of all of his crazy sex stories. And it reminded me of your caller earlier this year, or somebody that showed up at one of your live shows, that said that they had a standing bet with their boyfriend that every time the Phillies lost,
Classic.
they would eat their ass or something like that.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
Now
I'll
the
never forget
Phillies
about her.
made it all the way to the
Forget
World
about it every-
Series. I feel like we need an update
wait,
on this.
holy shit.
Maybe we could do a callback or
The
something like
Phillies
Let me
went
know.
on a World Series run. So the
that.
girl.
You guys just bought tickets to the show in Denver. So
Oh, let's
you guys
go. We'll
there.
talk to you tonight, pal. So, or, yesterday night. The girl from Philly came up to us while we were partying, and she said, and I would have said that it was, she just misspoke, but she told multiple people that she gets to eat his ass every time the Phillies lose.
And this is when they
And
were
they're
bad.
in
At
Philly.
this time, they were bad.
Yeah, they were not good. And so we were like, boy, this boy's ass is clean. So it must have been a thing like when I lose. So this is what we never cracked the case. It's like,
It's like he needed a big pick me up after an L.
right.
And he's like,
Like,
he's like,
he's
yeah,
so
I don't feel
depressed.
comfortable with it every
but
night,
she
but, like,
also
when I'm down.
she also made it as like I get to because
she liked it.
She was excited. So but she's rooting for the Phillies to lose every night then.
Yeah.
But so she's into it, wants to eat his ass. He's so distraught. He's like, I need a tongue in my ass. The Phillies lose. It happens. All of a sudden they go on a World Series run. So that guy, So here's the thing.
Bless you.
Here's this guy might have flown too close to the sun because the Phillies were racking up L's in the beginning.
Yeah.
And even in the end, they were under 500 in the month of September. They were trying to hand that final wild card spot to Milwaukee. If they weren't bitches, the Phillies wouldn't have been in the fucking playoffs at all, let alone the World Series. So you go through April, May, June, like the Phillies did, like 10, 12 games back, 8 games back, second place. You're starting to really get acclimated to getting your asshole eaten. And then all of a sudden October comes and you guys can't lose a game, but guess what's not happening at home anymore? So he's in the World Series like, let's go Phils, let's go fighting Phils. Then they, fuck, but, then they lose and you're like, okay, well, we lost the World Series that night, but hey, throw the legs back. So I don't know. You start to get, you that's a dicey game you play, man.
It is tough. I think that game gets played a lot in the year 2022. Not necessarily with the Phillies loss, but just with the ass eating.
Trying to make it like
Whether it's a thing or
put your toe in that water.
I just mean like it happened, But like, there's a funny line Dennis Reynolds has in one of the more recent Sunnies where they're talking about a breakup.
This chair's so uncomfortable.
And you want to switch? And
Almost done. We're at the finish line.
Yeah, and they're talking about a breakup, and Dennis is like, I forget exactly what it is, but he's like, you know what I bet it was? I bet he got his ass. I bet she ate his ass, and he thought it was gonna be an every night thing, and she was like, this is more of a birthday thing.
Yeah, like I think that it's a interesting time in hookup history where it's like, has this become a regular thing? It's become a regular thing for guys to girls.
Yes,
but so eventually
that's always been a regular thing.
But then you know what comes
Get
next?
down there, just fucking work it.
Right. But as everything eventually everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely. You know what I mean? So has it become regular? Not quite regular, but it's also not totally a surprise thing. So what you do is you do these little funny things like, hey, how about, if Pasta does the thing tonight, you have to, because you're like, what's gonna happen fucking 55 times this year? Ew! So interesting. We'll have
What type of treatment do you think you got after a World Series loss?
So that's the thing, though. Almost, I wonder if at some point you go through and you come out the other side where you're like, the Phillies are going to the fucking World Series. Like it becomes like, we're all just celebrating. Let's go. We're on Broad Street getting our asses licked. I don't know. They're a weird couple, man.
Very, very odd couple.
All right, let's do one more, and then we'll get to Christina P. This show is sponsored by Betterhelp. Unfortunately, life doesn't come with a user manual, so when it's not working for you, it's normal to feel stuck. Navigating any of life's challenges can make you feel unsure, whether it's a career change or a new relationship or becoming a parent. Therapists are trained to help you figure out the cause of challenging emotions and learn productive coping skills, which makes therapy the closest thing to a guided tour for the complex engine called you. We all here have done some therapy, and we've done the online therapy, which has made it easier for all of us to make time to figure out some of the things going on in our life, and I think we're all better for it here at KFC Radio. As the world's largest therapy service, BetterHelp has matched 3 million people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists available 100% online, plus it's affordable. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to match with a therapist, and if things aren't clicking, you can switch easily to a new therapist anytime. It couldn't be simpler. No waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist. Learn more and save 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/KFC. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/KFC.
What's up, you mutts? Got a hypothetical for you. Shout out Sad Boy Season. 'Tis the season. My name is Justin. I got a hypothetical, just real quick, real short and easy.
Could have been over by now.
If there is one celebrity, you got 6 months to train. 6 months to train. Keep account, weight, height, everything like that.
Sure.
Who do you think you could take down in a 12-round boxing match inside the ring?
Oh, boy.
Let me know. Love you guys. Love the pod.
Thank you, brother. Most? I think my answer is most.
Oh, you're saying just in general, most celebrities?
Like most. You give me 6 months to fight most 5'5" guys, I'm gonna.
That's the thing is they're all surprisingly small, but a lot of them, a lot of them are like Tom Cruise. It's like, all right, I'm not fucking with you.
Yeah.
Jason Statham, Tom Cruise.
Right, they're
these
off the
guys.
list.
Anybody who trains,
Bro, give me the fucking Disney lineup. I'll fucking crack their skulls in.
What about like
just do? I'll fucking
Avengers?
Fight,
Let's go through the Avengers.
Nah, fuck that. No, Avengers.
They could beat you up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
when you say Disney, what do you mean?
Oh, I mean like
I
fucking
think
like.
you have a shot against like Ruffalo, non-Hulk.
Yeah, maybe I could probably take Ruffalo.
You probably I bet you Mark Ruffalo probably works out and does all these guys train now,
But they don't train off so. I
they've
remember
all
reading
at least
an
just
article
got
from
a little bit
celebrity
of I punched some people in the face before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That used to be you could be in shape, but you've never even thrown a punch. And I'm not saying these guys can street fight, but I'm just saying now almost every celebrity has taken a course and know a little bit about handling themselves. Totally different if you were actually to fight. But I'm just saying there's some sneaky guys who it's yeah, man, I do fucking jujitsu every week,
Yeah, no, that's for sure. But also, I always remember the article I read by a celebrity trainer who was he's they don't look like that. That's not what they look like. Like, so I remember, Grace O'Malley and her mom had that picture with like a fucking crazy amount of Boston celebrities the other day. Did you see that? Where it was like, it was fucking
Yes,
Krasinski, not all Boston, Stanley Tucci, Casey Affleck, and Matt Damon. And people were like, well, Matt Damon looks chubby. And it's like, no, it's just he's not filming right now.
Right.
And like the
Mac.
celebrity
It's like Rob
trainer was
McElhenney
like
going up and down.
He was like, he said, I make sure they stay in. I can get you ripped in 2 months.
I can get you there.
Yeah. In 2 months, I can get you ripped. That's the shape they
and
have
by
to stay
being
in.
like a fucking, it's a nightmare. It's like you have to stick to it hardcore for 60 straight days.
So I think obviously if they had 6 months of training too, that would be different. But the like when I say Disney, I mean like they start off with the glow sticks, like welcome to Disney. And they draw like, Mickey Mouse ears.
Disney Channel.
Yeah,
people like that.
yeah. Like bring Zach and Cody over here. I'll fucking run your show. We count celebrity kids. Fucking Finn Wolfhard, I'll knock your head off.
Give me the whole Stranger Things cast.
Yeah, bro.
You're all one by one. Bring them out.
You crossed up Hassan Minaj. Wait till round 3 when I fucking hit you with an uppercut that puts you through the roof.
When you punch, are you lefty or righty?
Righty.
Interesting.
I'm fairly ambidextrous with it, but
a right hand
righty
from
for sure.
John is going to knock out a lot of Hollywood. a lot of singers, a lot of actors.
There's
I could beat up like
if you're an action movie guy, probably not. Anyone else, I got you.
I could fight. Could you beat up Elliot Page? That's my choice.
Elliot Page? Oh, fucking yeah, you're right.
Elliot Page would run my shit.
I was gonna say Elliot Page would hit me with 4 quick ones and start doing sit-ups in the middle of the ring.
Hilarious. That's a great question. Which celebrity could you beat up with training? Is a good one.
I mean, like, dude, like Stanley Tucci. I love you, bro. I'll fucking knock your head off.
I think Stanley Tucci's jacked.
Oh, he is.
Whether or not he knows how
is.
to like throw that around.
I
would love
Stanley Tucci and me is actually a good fight. He likes to eat and drink.
I think Stanley Tucci might work your shit.
But he's little.
Is he?
Yeah.
How
He's also
tall?
got glasses. I don't know.
He's also got glasses. I would love Stanley Tucci to like work your shit. I would love you to run this little act and you jump in the ring and you have neither of you have any
5'8", listed 5'8".
So he's probably like 5'6", 5'7".
By the way, no disrespect to Stanley Tucci. I love.
It sounds like you're very much disrespecting Stanley
No,
Tucci.
dude, no.
I
I'm not
would
disrespecting
love
Stanley
it. Be
Tucci.
like you walk in there with this act,
Tom
and
Hanks?
he fucking
Tom Hanks, bro.
Tom Hanks is getting.
Hanks. I think you won the liver. You'd be down.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like we're not like sparring. You'd be bow body shot. I just broke your ribs. You can't breathe.
Yeah, no, this isn't that celebrity boxing shit where everyone's going for the head. I'll work that fucking body, bro. I'll throw you in the corner of the ring. Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, no. Who's the last guy you would like? If they set it up for you, and you walk in like the last person you want to see, not from a he's gonna beat me point of view, from a I'm gonna work this guy point of view, and I don't want to.
Charlie Day.
Yeah, I gotta do this. To you.
Come on, Charlie. No, DeVito actually.
Oh yeah, DeVito. Imagine.
No, Danny. No.
You put a gun to me and my family's head, and you say like, if you don't beat the shit out of Danny DeVito, we'll kill you and your family. I'd be like, we had a good run. Sorry, I can't do it.
Dude, DeVito comes in. What's up, boys? And I'm eating pizza with anchovies.
Anchovies. You gonna beat up Tom?
DeVito beating that through a tube.
Tom and Bert.
Tom
trains a lot now.
Tom trains a lot.
And Bert is one of those guys where it's like,
I think Bert and I'd be a good fight.
I think it would be a great fight.
Yeah.
And I could see him being like Rocky. Like I could see him just taking a punch.
Yeah.
He's got to be drunk, obviously.
Yeah.
This would be a drunk brawl. And I think both
it's
you
actually
guys,
a celebrity boxing match. We do it in a bar, like a bar fight.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we're in gloves and like. And,
that would be
boxing
awesome.
and
but it's like not even a ring. Like
shorts. I mean,
like you could like bing like knock into tables.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's not cleared out. It's a bar fight.
Like
but
people
we're
are in it
We're
drinking.
in boxing stuff.
And I honestly
That'd
think
be so dope, dude.
I think that would be.
This is gonna happen.
Yeah. I think at the end you guys are like Rocky and Apollo. It's like, boom, like you both go down. You end up just shaking each other's hand. Good scrap. How could we fight? How could we get John and Bert to fight in a crowded bar?
No, it couldn't be crowded. There could be people. There could be a spattering of
I think
people.
there's got to be. Yeah,
But
I'm
like,
just saying,
it can't be
I
crowded because you got to be able to move a little bit.
I want I want like people to be sitting at the bar, a couple at a high top, a couple at eating dinner, and you can just like throw people through tables and shit. You have like gloves on, but it's a little bit of a street fight.
I know some people that own bars. Like,
Yeah.
we go to Hegwish.
Honestly, the real answer, I'd be like, how do you get them to do it? I don't know. Like have them like each have a bunch of whiskeys, and I'll start arguing with them. I'll just start revving them up a little bit. Who knows how it ends?
That's a
All
very
right.
good question.
Let us know what you think on social media. Let's get into it with Christina P. on KFC Radio. If you're living paycheck to paycheck or struggling to make ends meet, it can be really stressful when unexpected expenses come up. I just found out that I'm going to have to pay like $50 a head for a birthday party with 30 kids. Didn't see that coming. I want to be like, hey, can we not do the pizza and the food? Because these kids don't ever eat it. They just want to go out and jump on the trampolines, you know? Anyway, Dave can help you get out of a pinch like that when you really need it. Dave is the banking app that can help you get up to $500 instantly with extra cash. That's more money to fill your tank or buy a wedding gift or catch up on bills. You can finally tackle those expenses that have been stressing you out without any hang-ups. There's no interest and no credit check needed. Millions of people have already downloaded the Dave app to get the financial relief they need with extra cash. So if you're in a pinch and you need some extra help, download Dave and think of it as a helping hand from future you. Download the Dave app from the App Store right now. That's DAVE. Sign up for an extra cash account and get up to $500 instantly. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Instant transfer fees apply. Banking provided by Evolve. Member FDIC. Future you will thank you.
Your family had a rough fucking year with those injuries, right?
Yeah, Tommy.
You guys were probably having like the
We're
best
so
professional
dumb.
years of your lives while also almost dying.
Yeah, it was
Because you got hurt too, right?
Yeah. So my husband, during COVID, we were living in Los Angeles still, and he and Bert did a basketball dunking challenge because they're idiots, midlife fat idiots. And my husband broke his arm and his leg. And he won the dunk contest. Yeah, he won.
I want that known. He
Yeah.
fucking threw down, won, and was this close to dunking on 9.5 feet. He just happened to break every bone in his body in the process, but he won the dunk contest.
It was horrible.
I remember him telling the story about like when I think Bert hooked him up with like an ambulance type deal, because I remember he didn't want to go to the he went to a hospital and was like, this hospital
It's
sucks.
a horrible story.
It was
we're
crazy.
we're so dumb. This is how dumb we are. Okay, so Bert calls me, or no, my husband calls me. I'm in an ambulance. I'm going to the hospital, but everything's okay. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, it ain't. Where are you? And he's like, I'm in this hospital. It's terrible. It's
One of the last
dicey."
guys that you want. Like, he's so, like, he'll do anything to help, but he's also, I mean, he ran over and moved it right away. And all that
Yeah,
shit, right?
Bert's
Like-
retarded. So then my husband's like, I don't like this ER. It's dicey as shit. I don't want to have surgery here. Get me out of here. So the boys take him home. Bert brings him broken through our door. And then we should have just gone to a different hospital
Yeah, you
and
could stay
called an ambulance. We took him home. We didn't know that you can get blood clots or you
Yeah.
can die. Nobody knew.
How long were you home for?
The overnight, because it was now midnight and Tommy's home, and I can't leave because it's like I have the 2 children and whatever.
yeah.
COVID, they're not going to let me in the
Right.
fucking hospital.
Right.
So we wait until the sun comes up and we find a private
And is he
driver.
just in agony at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has drugs, and his arm was reset improperly. And then we take him to the doctor, the surgeon, the next morning, and he's like, "Why are you not in the hospital?
Yeah.
You need to go to check yourself into Cedars right now."
Yeah.
And then they finally did it. Bert took him to do all that. It was horrible. And then he went to a recovery center after.
Yeah.
It was.
He needs to do like
just
major rehab.
terrible. And he's still he had to have another corrective surgery on his arm.
Really?
A
In the
surgery.
middle of this fucking tour that he's doing?
No, right before the tour.
Okay, I
Because
was
he
gonna
wasn't getting feeling back in his arm. So they found a guy in LA who had done this surgery that he's only done one time before. It was so revolutionary. They took tendons from like one side, pushed it through the other, and now they're growing back. It's crazy. Yeah,
Dude,
and then
people who are
it
that
was
smart to
horrible.
figure that shit out.
I know.
It's
And
like
he's
some doctor was just like, you know, the way like a chef is like, let me add some of this, some of that. Some doctor's like, let me put the tendons that way.
Yeah.
I know.
And then how did you get hurt? You fell
Then-
down the stairs or
Yeah.
something?
So then we moved to Texas, and then I fell down the stairs a month after we
Fell
moved to
down the
Texas.
stairs.
Yeah, I went to-
Tommy was a little.
Yeah.
Tommy had a couple too
Kaboom!
many.
Listening to a lot of Andrew Tate.
It was Andrew Tate's fault, damn it.
Make sure you subscribe to KFC Radio on YouTube to get all the video content. Subscribe, comment, like, and make sure you turn on the bell notifications so you know whenever new video content drops.
I want to say something, but the video has to be fast, so that's it.